Welcome back to part number 5 of my Imperator Rome playthrough as Rome. Let's get right back to it. A little more time passed than this. We're building out the navy as specified at the end of the last episode. I have spent most of my money moving Roman pops up to these loyalty challenged areas and hopefully instilling some degree of loyalty there. It's still minus 0.15 here. It's getting better here, 0.18. I'm building a grand temple here. That should give another 0.5 tick, I believe, for that city. Actually, none of them are really all that bad. It's just sort of an aggregate that are bad. Whatever the case is, it should convert these guys. I built a barracks here. It's about the size of it. My money went a fair ways, but of course there's always more things to build. Going forward, let's check the loyalties. There's no imminent revolts or anything happening. There's really nothing to worry about per se. We have a high stability. That's probably part of the reason. Along those lines, this pop-up just hit. I was going to let more time pass. As I said, we can take 6 stability for 18 gold. We'll lose some stability for changing our law here, but there's never been a better time. The Senate is happy, and we can build legions now. We won't be at the whim of these levies that can be called up only now and again and get quite a bit of war exhaustion as well. So I'm going to start building up my professional army, and we'll take the 6 stability there and get it back up to 60. I'm going to just let some time pass, build up what legions I can while maintaining a reasonable manpower, and let the aggressive expansion fall. Drop some claims over here. We'll maybe finish out the Sistan and Gaul. Once the professional army is up, I'm going to send it down here. We're going to claim these city-states. I don't want to take over Syracuse as yet because it will supersize the Magna Graecia governorship, and the guy will get interesting ideas about taking over. So maybe we'll head over here and get another governor to offset Cisalpine Gaul and Magna Graecia and for the region of Illyria. And that's about the size of it going forward. We have a mission that's actionable in the Etruscans. I think we can get another Colonia. Let's see, 4. It doesn't seem as though we'll be getting any more free Roman pops from assimilation, but it looks as though we can get some freemen, all of which are about equal in proportion here. So, oh, up to 7 pops. Hold on, 4 pops, 4 pops, 10 pops. Take 10 pops, better than 7. I'm rethinking calling up a legion right now, although I think we could. We wanted to here, specifically for the well, we could could call up a legion with say a supply train, a siege engineer or 2, and then a couple of heavy infantry in that. We've done it, and then we can call up another perhaps. I see, we've taken all these guys. I don't really think that we need so many, 13, let's see, we have 11 there. So it's nice and all. What's the loyalty here? 47. Our glorious legate is probably the head of the family, if I don't miss my guess. Oh, he's just some guy. Well, good for me. And we can't remove him either as yet, so. Okay, so we have that. We can place this minor character here who's reasonably loyal as well. I think we can call up another legion and then use the rest of the levies. Go down here and siege down some of these forts in a timely manner with those siege engineers. I'm going to do that. I'll be back. Specifically, get these city-states under our proper governance. And become part of the Roman Republic as opposed to buying our goods and such. Okay, so I have 2 legions here. We can send them down in this direction and then just set them to the task of drilling. This iron, we don't want to give it up, no. I'm going to call up the levies from Italia one more time. In the interest of saving perhaps a bit of money from the permanent garrison. So much for that. We can raise... you know what, these it doesn't look overly potent. So perhaps we'll just build out here and be happy with what we have done here. Let's go for more legions. We need, of course, heavy infantry. So 1, 2. And we'll have them. We can have that. We can build out Legion number 2. We'll have 2 more heavy infantry. See how long our funding holds out. I'll be back. So I've positioned our new legions adjacent to Hipponion and Elia. I believe if we declare war on Elia, we'll trigger this city-state here as well. And we should be able to see how our legions perform. They should do well. They have plenty of food. 100% morale, a nice heavy infantry, some siege engineers. It should go quickly. And there's no need for more of them at present. Let's take these 2 out right now. Immediately. Boom. So we should be able to go here. And there. We caught them both, and it's over. I'll be back. Stack wipe 1. Apparently it's not over. We don't have quite enough manpower to siege down the level 2 fortress. We need more. I suppose that's what levies can be used for. We have some levies in Magna Graecia that we can call up without too much trouble. How about you? You're there. Let's head down. Down here, we'll meet up with that. It appears so this guy is in trouble as well. Well, we'll just call up more. You know, we have a tradition available. My recollection is correct. Well, look at that. 3 innovations there. Boom. So we're going to need that at some point, so we may as well take it now. The morale is no problem, so that'll expedite these sieges. We've won this siege. Perhaps we can peace out with this guy. Can do it. Let's get that going there. We'll redeploy this legion up here. Or perhaps right here. The siege is won. We can peace out here. For 0 aggressive expansion. Let's see, well, some. Ready to declare this war and sew up this area. Let's see, that's the same any way we do it because they're in a defensive league, so we may as well just go. It should be over before it started, and I'll be back. They don't seem to have even called up any of their levies, so this guy is just there so nothing strange happens. And these guys are the legions with siege engineers, and nothing should happen, at least in a negative way. Siege is won here. Let's head right over here. We'll send that unit up here, actually. This other siege is won here. I think we can send the supply train as well as the 2 siege engineers off to help with that effort. There. These guys all group up there. I have some money. The last siege there is in action. The Chronic here, Amelia, still is trouble. This area here, let's see, is not as much per se. How about you? Let's see, 0.10. 0.10 and Subria 0.18 here. I've been moving the pops out. Let's see, there's a bet. What happened to all the pops there? I must have moved them out as well. So they're I was thinking before the warm period, if I got some Romans up here and just sort of dispersed them throughout here, I wouldn't have to pay the PI to build a city, and then the Romans would reproduce during the warm period and solve my loyalty problem. The question is, do I have the will to do it and or the funding to do it? I don't know. I'm going to look into it. I shuffled some pops, Etruscans from here into Rome, so we're not. I'm not quite as rich as I was, but these guys will do some assimilating here, as opposed to not so much so there, as they were mostly all Romans in these cities. I staged some pops here. They're ready to move up into this troubled area as specified. There's not many left. So if we put one Roman intermixed with these sparsely populated territories, it should pop to at least an even keel at that point. Done it. We should be able to piece out with this whole lot now for a meager amount of aggressive expansion. No quarter, let's see what we get. Popularity, whatever. Well, off they go there. Let's see, we've done that. Let's get disband the levy. And levy here, disband all levies. And we need to find a new target. Well, I had planned on turning around this corner here and proceeding down in this direction towards our free claims in Epirus and Tolentania. It'd probably get us some aggressive expansion, surely, heading down in this direction. It's all Hellenic as per the plan. We want to head and access these great wonders at some point. But, you know, as we're here and as we have some need of aggressive expansion, and as we need to close this, tame the Brutians out, and Syracuse is there. It's part of Magna Graecia, which is going to be a supersized governorship, unfortunately, but I think as long as we keep, let's see the loyalty here. What is this guy's story? He's quite loyal. This power base driving him a little bit over the edge there. Do we need to do this claim the Brutians thing? What is it going to do for us, really? Not much, really, no. The fact of the matter is, this is essentially done. Do we care about taming the Brutians? We'll get a Colonia, and this, we get 2 free provincial improvements. I suppose that's worth something, all right. And then this, I don't even know why that's there. I don't want it, really. I lose 10 stability. I guess this one would be reasonable. So in order to get 2 free provincial improvements, I suppose we have to tame the Brutians first. And to do that, we'll get a Colonia, which is neither here nor there, and we need to sort of oversize Magna Graecia and risk our governor going mad and starting a civil war. Unless we swap him out with someone else who's intensely loyal, as opposed to just sort of. What is this guy's base loyalty? He has a base of 55 and then high faction approval, conduct overlooked, culture happiness is good. So is there someone else who has a higher base loyalty? I don't rightly know. This guy looks quite happy. Grateful family, uncaring. He'll be even more mad. So how about you? What's your story? High faction, grateful, married. It's about the same as our friend that we have there at present. And the power base of 13.55, that could go to what? 20? It's still, then it goes down, we lose the 10, that's, let's say 50 and then 40, and then something pops up, or, there's no rush. We have some inventions that are I've been holding on to. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't take integrated culture happiness, and then we can get reduced governorship for a bit of a bonus there. The point being that at some point we can get national slave happiness and then head here. And stoicism, I believe, is more happiness, as we're going to stay Hellenic generally. Towards the effort of getting a bit more research here, so we get this research bonus, and then some more integrated and popularity corruption. 0.03 is nice, or 0.03. We can get that for what it's worth. Here, more corruption, and popularity, etc. So that's the plan, I think, going forward. I'm going to move these guys. I'll probably convey them by boat up here, and then we'll start the march down in this direction. As for getting this winning the land by spear, I don't know that it's necessary for the near term. Certainly, in the end game, it can be if you want to go for a world conquest. I don't think that I do, but who knows? Sometimes I get caught up. But I think maybe a Mare Nostrum. A thick one, perhaps. I'll be back. We've got a pop-up here. We can go over our maximum, which is what we're at, I believe. Right? We're at our max. So if we grant his request, we can have a couple of heavy infantry and archer, light infantry. For what it's worth, it's probably not a bad idea. Let's do it. So now we have more available. We probably okay. All right, I ferried these guys up by boat. They're just refreshing their food, and then we will be ready to go. The simple fact of the matter is I need to get some pops up into this area here, as these things are going to continue to bleed unless some Romans get up there, so I'm going to spend my money before I start this war. Now there it is. I spent about 500 or some such moving some pops up here. Let's see what it does to the loyalty here. I don't think it's bleeding quite as badly. Do you have your food yet? You do, and you're getting close. Alright, let's embark and head right over here to this area. We'll dump on that fort there and get that ball rolling. Let's declare the war. It's this Carnia fellow here is gone mad as well now. How about you? What about this war here? It's the same guy, same. Well, do we want this land here? Not really. Do we have a claim? We can take one for 30, but the war will be long since over. Before that is relevant. Unfortunately, let's see, we'll probably need some levies. We can probably call up, well, we'll call up a couple, why not do it? We'll go and pick them up with the boat once it becomes free. We'll go here to Buca, and then we'll go up here and guard Concordia. Let's do that war. We'll do it right now, before anyone else allies with this guy. Boom. War goes well, we'll pick up this guy and bring him up to guard against the Carnians here. Drop him off here and meet with this guy, hopefully in that same area. I'll be back. We have some innovations that have popped here, and let's see why we shouldn't take that slave happiness there. We can get a little popularity here as well. And the stoicism for state religion happiness as well. As to whether these guys need to go up there without any supply trains or siege engineers and siege down 1 and 2 of these forts, the answer is no. The siege is won. We won another battle here, so we can proceed up to this area. Let's see, there, over here. Let's go there. Ho ho, let's get out of this area. Who are these guys? This siege is going to fall at some point. We've occupied the rest of these territories. Get the pops over towards Rome. Then we won't have to assimilate and convert them, or assimilate them. I have this area secure. I don't even want to deal with this area here to siege it or otherwise. I wonder if they'll peace. They won't though. But I'm pretty sure at some point we can peace out here. They'll be willing to cede these various areas as well. This should be hopefully be peaceable. We've completely occupied both of these targets. Apparently we can't have any of this because of stuff, or okay. Looks like they're willing to do that, which is really essentially everything that we want, just coastal access. As to what goes on up here, we don't know, and nor do we care. Let's peace out. Take an aggressive expansion off there. I suppose the pops were Hellenic. It's those mountain passes with the low supply limit and not a lot of food. Generally speaking, we have some iron, furs, wood. You'll note not a lot of, there's no food at all. In fact, there's one vegetable. Well, whatever. They tend to be challenged relative to food, and we don't need that and don't want it. We have some money here, and we have a new governorship. Unfortunately, is occupied. These guys are in the middle of that war. We are in search of aggressive expansion. We have plenty of manpower. We have lots of claims essentially everywhere. We don't have to progress here immediately. We can get on board our boats, and Epirus has gotten over their civil war. Looks as though they're allied with both of these. And then, how about you? Can take Tolentania and both of these. Let's see the yeah, there's no cities there. So maybe maybe we'd want to skip that part and just stick to areas that we have cities available. Like if we attack you, these two will trigger as well, and there's a city here we can put a temple in as well as a theater. So maybe we'll get on board our boats and go to Epirus. Shortly after I perhaps move more Roman pops up here. Let's see what the disposition of this is still 0.13 down. But there are Romans there now. I'm going to spend my money and move more Romans up to these challenged areas. Alright, some time has passed. I placed the governor over here. These areas are both tribal and loyal. The only reason is because they're Hellenic. These areas, not so much so, because, well, because there are a great many Druids and wrong culture in the area, but they'll come around at some point. It's not quite as bad as it was. It was 0.25 or 6 for a while, and it's sort of maybe bottoming out at some point. I'm going to continue to move these Lepontic Druidics down into Italia so they can assimilate, as well as create higher order pops, freemen and such, until they fully assimilate in Italia, and then they can become citizens and nobles, etc. So that's the plan. I moved, I think, perhaps a sufficient number of Romans up. And now it's just a matter of getting a lot of these guys out of the area. There's still quite a few pops about in this area that are surely wrong culture and wrong religion specifically. Let's see. Like there's 7 Lepontics, 7 Druids. This loyalty should stabilize at some point if I get all of them down into Italia. The next part of the war, we have a little aggressive expansion. I've moved these guys down here. They've recovered most, if not all, of their food. I think we're going to make the plunge here and go for Epirus. These guys are in the middle of a war. Once we finish with Epirus, perhaps we can come up through here, as these tribal lands are loyal. I suspect these areas probably will be as loyal because they're Hellenic, so we'll not really worry about it. Let's get these guys on board the ship. And let's see about crossing the channel there. We'll unload here. We'll get someone attacking this fort. We'll land in Orikos and attack Apollonia. And then there's a couple of allies here. We'll probably land someone in Cassiope here for that effort there as well. Looks as though Martial Skill 14 is still wandering about, but well, we'll see what happens with all that. I think he's outmanned. We can take... we'll just do it. Alright, so we've landed. I'm going to move here to Apollonia, as I mentioned. We're catching this unit out here. There's a martial advance that just triggered here. I believe we were headed down towards this Scribe there. Let's see, ruler popularity or pop growth, corruption, pop gain. So we'll go here, some popularity for what it's worth. We stack wipe that levy here. Our omen expired, an election went over, some offices shifted. I think I'll go for the money here. Okay, it looks like we have some drama here with Epirus that has come with his 14 martial. Apparently I was a bit too ambitious and we need to retreat and regroup over in Italia. And then just stick to large stacks as opposed to sieging 3 things down at once. Let's go back over here. I think we need to break down and hire a merc stack from somewhere. Let's see what goes on. Where are you again? You're up there. Is this guy still 14? He is. He's older. This guy. Okay. And you are 47. You are 47. We'll take this guy. I'll hire him. And I go and pick him up. Alright, the merc stack is here. So getting his morale up, but it looks like we have Epirus here. We're gonna go back, see if we can get this siege down. We'll keep 2 armies this time. One will keep watch here, the other will siege that. When we get our merc stack moraled up, we'll go and see if we can sort this out there. So these guys have landed. Looks like Epirus is still there with the various levies. Alright, let's see what happens here. We're going to take the sea here, see if he's still there. Looks like he is. Let's see what that shows. I see. So the farmland and... Okay, well, unclear then. Okay, well, that's better for us? The hills, okay. It looks as though this levy here is in no mood to be trifled with, really. It's essentially not stand for any of it. we can't go down here, we'll have to take get back at that fort there. Alright, we just popped this siege here. I think we can head here. Well, who has more food or less? This guy has... we'll head down there and we'll send our 2 siege engineers along for the ride. Let's see if we can get that sorted through there. Alright, we have a pop-up here. We'll get some provincial loyalty tick up, and that should help with the northern area. Let's check that as specifically here as that's better. We just popped that siege here. Attacking into those hills probably not going to get us particularly good results. Just wait. Looks like we have someone headed down in this direction. It looks like Mr. 14 Marshall, so let's get here so he doesn't catch us out. And then that leaves this guy open to attack. We just popped this siege here as well. Let's rejoin up and then we can divide ourselves in half again there. I think we can send a couple of errant troops down here to occupy that. It's the, say, an archer and a heavy infantryman there. The rest of these guys, let's head to here. There. We stack wipe that levy with our Mr. 14 there. I think we can probably do much the same to this unit. Mountains, I say. Well, maybe we'll just we'll wait right here. Maybe we'll go back here. We'll go there. Alright, this unit just locked. It's the 14 Marshal, so I think we can head here and catch that guy out. Maybe. I have these guys headed up in this direction. We'll see if we can siege that down. I spent some of my massive gold hoard moving some of these Lepontic pops down to Italia before the warm period hits. That should get less trouble up here, surely. Alright, I did that. The pops are looking increasingly sparse up here. And as are the down ticks are trending down as well pretty hard. 0.5 only now, 0.02, 0.02 here, 0.02 as well. A lot of these Lepontics, I've moved them from this area to here, to there, to here. Staged them in this city here, and then they either I just moved some here to this city, which is Umbrian. But more to the point, all of these cities here are not Roman and not going to be Roman anytime soon per se. So as to whether they're Etruscan or Lepontics, actually it's good that there's non-Etruscans, so that maybe the Romans will become a majority at some point sooner than if there are less. Well, we can move some Etruscans elsewhere perhaps. So it doesn't hurt. That's the bottom line, to have it. These Druid Lepontics in here, specifically relative to this loyalty, which is still trending up at 0.18. And this area here is still trending up 0.37. So we've taken a problem, moved it down here to our primary region of Italia, and we'll be able to upgrade them to at least freemen. And maybe it'll free up the Roman pops to promote to citizens and nobles. Whatever the case is, they should get us more legion count, or levy count if we wanted to, but legion count in our Italia region as well. And because we have only the ability to call up legions in Italia. As for the war, that's about the same as it was. It looks as though we can sue for peace here. We may as well do it. Grab some AE so we can burn it off. I think we can sue here as well. Take 4 more, why not? Looks as though the loyalties are all in order, trending up. I think Imperator is out of manpower. This was a fearsome legion at some point. I brought this unit back over here to refresh his food. Looks like he's finally run out of steam here. I'm going to catch him out with our Merc stack. It's over for him. His stack wiped him. There it is, game over. Let's see if we can peace out with this fellow. Why not? We'll have some of that. And we have to release these guys from prison. Let's check the loyalties here. Positive uptick. We still have no aggressive expansion, so I'm gonna figure something out to do. I think that's gonna do it for this this episode. Let's see here. We have a positive uptick, and the final vote here after some time is just slightly down again. There was something here. What is this? I thought that bug was fixed or whatnot. That's the same. So, okay. So I clicked the second option there where you, I think, kill all of the family members for aggressive expansion, but somehow one of them is captured and we have to pay now. We have to pay, what is it? 300 and 285.85. I'm gonna make a note of that. So no, we're not gonna pay because I'm gonna grant myself 285 gold and then deal with it in that manner. I hope to see you in the next episode.